Hey, it's MK, and I am here with another 31 days of cut file layout for you guys today. I am going to be using this amazing dot stencil from Scrapping Reflections, and I'm just noticing that the way that she has her logo on the stencil, I think that it was supposed to go from big dot down the page, and I'm going to actually do it upside down. So I have already put my layout, not my layout together, my title together. For the stencil, I'm going to use Lost Shadow in Oxide, White Daisy in Close to My Heart, and this Illuminate pad from Stampin' Up. And I'm going to try this blender Dilio. Sandy absolutely loves hers. Mine is from Altenew. I don't remember. I think Sandy's is from Brutus Monroe, and I'm going to give it a try for the very first time. Here is the cut file that I plan on using, which is by Janet Fritz, and I've got a couple pieces of scrap paper going on here that I'm going to use to back the cut file, and then I bring in some vellum a little bit later. Here are my two adorable photos of a puppy that I babysit. It's my best friend's daughter's puppy. And then from Pink Fresh Some Days, I have, I just absolutely love all of these. And so I have the chipboard elements. I also have the sticker elements and then the puffy sticker elements. So these are, I believe, the chipboard. These are the regular stickers. And then I think I bring out the puffies later. I think that's when I do either that or I don't bring them out for this one and I bring them out for another layout. I can't remember. I also have this orange piece of paper that is left over from the Spectrum Sherbert Market 49 collection. This mirrored paper from Close to My Heart. I have these two scraps rings and I plan on making a few more. And then from the Spectrum Gardenia collection, I have this cluster kit, and I thought that I would put a few pieces together for you guys for my layout, just to make a quick and simple layout, because honestly, I didn't really think that the bubbles were going to just do it. I think I needed a little bit more. And for my background piece, I have this gorgeous piece of paper from Close to My Heart, the In Full Bloom collection that came out in 2022. So quite a bit of new pieces going on here. So I'm going to start by trimming off the branding strip and then put my stencil down. And the first thing that I notice is it must be my white ink, but I can't get the brush to blend over the circles at all. In fact, I had to speed up this process because it did take me quite a while to put the ink down. And I'm not sure if it's the type of ink because my white is a pigment, and so it's kind of sticky. So I don't know exactly which was the right process, but I tested a piece where I knew where my title or my photo was going to go, and decided, okay, yes, I do like that. So I am going to go ahead and get on with the idea that I had in my brain. Now, I put the pigment down first, then I put the oxide on top, and now I'm going to take then I took the Stampin' Up! Illuminate one, and once it dries, the Illuminate actually turns the ink pink. And so you'll see it in the close-ups and whatnot, but it definitely just turns the ink color. And so that's kind of what I was really going for, was to put more of those bubbles down on my paper, on my background. That I'm going to be making out of that mirrored paper. So anyways, I added a few more splatters of white going on just to give it that bubbly effect. And then I'm going to make some more circles using this circle cutter by Creative Memories. And I start with the one that is farthest away from my track, the blue piece, because here I accidentally messed up and used the one that was closest to the blue, to the track first. And as you could tell, that did not work at all. You have to use the one farthest away and then the closest one. So then that way you get all of these, open circles like this. it took me a minute to get a rhythm going on here. And then, of course, which little cutter that I'm going to be doing and whatnot. So anyways, my pictures are of a little puppy. His name is Chonk, Chonk. He is a very, very adorable corgi that has the biggest personality ever. Oh my gosh. And he is just the biggest cuddle bug in the world. And he took to my son like crazy. And of course, his owner is my best friend's daughter's son as well. So I think that's why he took to one of our sons, because, at home, he's missing his human. And what's really weird is when we started watching Nala took to me because she is Jessica's human. And so we just think that it's one of those things where they, are missing their person. And so they go to the next person in the house, which would be me and my son. So anyways, but Chonkers decided to help us with laundry. And my son and Chonk were upstairs pulling out laundry from the dryer and getting ready to put laundry in the washer. And Gabe tips the laundry basket over to pull because it's a very deep laundry basket, by the way. And so he tips it over to help him get all of it out of the bottom of the basket. And while he was putting it in the washer, Chonk decided to crawl in the basket. And Gabe is like, you need to get out now. And he turns himself around and just lays in the basket. And Gabe's like, okay. So he lifts the basket up and Chonk just sits there like he owns the place. And he wasn't like scared. He wasn't worried that he wasn't going to get out of the basket. He wasn't worried that somebody was going to leave him there. I mean, he just sat there the whole time and watched us sort out the laundry that was in the dryer. And just, patiently waited for somebody to tip the basket back over. So of course my son calls me and says, "Hey mom, you got to come check this out." And so then that's when I hear the story that, Chonk was hoping to get some attention by being in the basket too, because Gabe was giving his attention to the laundry and not to him. So anywho, just thought I would share that adorable little story with you guys. And I also took these pictures so that way I could show his mom, that he was helping us a lot with laundry. So the puppies are always awesome personalities when they come over. It's so cool. Nala absolutely loves to run down our stairs, and we have carpet on the stairs and hardwood floor. And what she does, and I have not been able to get it on camera yet, but she will jump from the second to the bottom stair, so not quite at the bottom, land on her belly, and slide across our hardwood floor. And I think she does it on purpose because I've never seen her do anything else. So anyways, it's just so much fun watching the puppies go. All right, so I've got my cut file backed, and I'm a gluer. So I like to glue my cut file to the paper that I want and then just trim around it. And what I do is I have my scissors at an angle, so I don't trim straight up and down, and I it's hard to explain, but I don't trim straight up and down along the edge of the cut file. I angle them in and cut in just a hair. That way it's always smaller than the cut file is, and I don't ever have that that overhang of the piece of paper that I glued behind my cut file to fill in the cut file. I hope that makes sense. And then I just haphazardly laid all of my circles down on the layout. I just didn't really pay any attention as to what I was doing. And then off camera, I glued them right in place. I basically just lifted it up here, dabbed a little glue, lifted it up there, dabbed a little glue, because I liked the placement of them, and I did not want them to shift and move and have to remember where they went, and then they don't look as good as they did. So that was that. And now I am pulling out all of the pieces. I'm going off of the cluster embellishments that they have already made, because I picked out two that I wanted to make. And then I realized, oh my gosh, this is cool because there's extras of a lot of stuff. So not only can you make the ones that are on their sample card, but you can make so many more on your own. And I thought that that was really cool because what I expected, since I don't get to see all the elements on the outside of the page, maybe I do, I just didn't pay attention. All I saw was that I got to make, 6 clusters. And that was it. So that's all I was expecting until I actually opened it up and realized what I could see. All the chipboard elements are sticky backed, and then everything else is laser cut, and the laser cuts come out so beautifully. It just was awesome. And one of the things that drew me to this cluster pack was the fact that it had a big old huge clothespin. Now the clothespin is way too thick for me to be putting in a scrapbook page. Now I like chunky scrapbook pages, but this sucker is like 1/4 of an inch thick. So I am going to actually attach the banner piece so high up that the clothespin will stick out of the top of my page protector and out of the top of my album, which I'm okay with that. I like doing that kind of thing with a few of my elements. I don't do it on every page, but just a few here and there. I let them stick and poke out of the top of the album. So, and I don't stick it out too far that when it goes into my cube unit, that it doesn't fit. So my albums they have a little bit of wiggle room up at the top. So they don't stick out too far, but they stick out far enough to where they're noticeable when you pull the album out and go, oh, look at all those little goodies. Or a few goodies. So then what I decided that I'm not going to put 2 photos in the photo frames that are used in the next cluster. So instead I put a piece of vellum. And actually, it wasn't until after I created the cluster that I realized I didn't even need to do that because the photo portion is really going to be covered up. And we're not even going to see it. But I still wanted a finished looking project. So I'm starting from the top and working my way down through the layers based off of what is in my cluster sheet. So I'm mimicking, because right at this moment, I had no idea what I was going to do about a silly puppy in a laundry basket. I had a title, I had a cut file, I had a background that I loved, but what else was I going to do? Like, what decorations am I going to do? So why not? I have all these elements. I really loved all the pops of color that were on this specific element. It's got the greens, the pinks, the purples, the blues, and then of course that pop of black. So I really liked all of that, especially the blue and the purple because they match the bubbles beautifully. But I like the continuation of the pink because, like I said, that Illuminate ink is going to turn my white and my Lost Shadow ink pink. So it does bring that pink throughout the entire layout. Plus, if you shift and move the mirrored cardstock, you get that pink in there too. So I just really liked the color combination based off of all the elements that happen to work together. It was just kind of cool. I definitely liked the color wheel or the viewfinder that had all of the color, the rainbow-ish colors all over. I just really, really liked that one. And then, of course, it says in the center, you color my world, which, yes, without these puppies, our world would definitely be super uber boring. I'm just saying, because of the fact that their personalities are fabulous, like absolutely fabulous. And they're just so stinking cute. Oh my gosh, they really, really are. I enjoy it every time that they come over. I even tell their human, oh, really? You're coming to get them today? I thought it was next week. And she giggles, and she knows I'm kidding, but I do really, truly enjoy babysitting puppies because they're kind of like grandchildren, right? And you keep them and you get to enjoy them, and then they get to go home after a couple days, weeks, depending on the summer and whatnot. So here is where I found placement of where I wanted my my cluster piece to go, and I definitely did not want to cover up all of that work that I just did. So I gutted out the right side And I plan on using the right side over on the right side of my page. But now my photos are too big. One of them is too wide. And I realized that I can go ahead and trim it down some and make it a 3x4 instead of the 4x4 that I did. But I didn't know that until after I had all the elements down on the page and a direction to go, all that good stuff. So sometimes, I have to play with things first and actually get things to lay down before I, really realize how big do I need to trim how big can I keep a photo, or how, what can I put on this element, or what can I put on this layout is what I mean. And I do like how the elements work on this layout. It's got absolutely nothing to do with laundry at all, but they just all go really well together with the color schemes and everything. I just really liked it. And it's a fun, silly page, right? So anyways, I do have to use a little bit of glue behind this sticker piece that says captured moment. Now that is the only thing that I changed based off of how that cluster suggestion was. They had something else on there. And I really liked the word captured moment. And so I went ahead and used that one instead of what they used, which I don't even remember what they used. Oh. Now, butterflies and leaves definitely don't go with, laundry sorting. But like I said, it was more just the color scheme rather than, the making sense of the decorations, right? And then to bring it in just a little bit more of, we are at home doing, stuff, I brought in these Pink Fresh stickers and chipboard pieces. So I'm going to just add them. I've got Sunday Fun Day, which is our laundry day. So I thought that was kind of cool because he did make it into a fun day. I've got the word document. I think that says, oh, what fun. I really don't remember. Oh, what a day is what it says. Sorry. I've got the cute little heart in the pink circle. And then, of course, another sticker that again says Sunday, which I thought was absolutely perfect because, like I said, this was on a Sunday. I'm just sharing you guys with that clothespin. I thought it was a really nifty, neat looking pin. And, of course, all of the sparkle. And then here's where you get to see that ink turn pink. And it is definitely a super cool effect behind the title. So I really liked that as well. All right, you guys, that is my layout for you guys today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and listening to me babble as always. Also, too, I just wanted to remind you guys that if it doesn't have to make sense to go on the layout. It really doesn't. For me, I was looking for the color. I really wanted that mirrored paper on my layout, but I didn't have anything else to go with. I certainly didn't have anything laundry related because I don't really document us doing laundry. Maybe I should. But I thought that this was really super fun. And again, it was a color combination that I was looking for. So be sure to check out the two links that are down below. One is the playlist for everyone that is hanging out with me here on YouTube for the month. And the other one is the Facebook group for everyone that is hanging out over there on Facebook. And oh my gosh, I am blown away by all of the amazing artwork that is being put up in the feed and in the album and all that good jazz. Absolutely amazing. So, all right. Thank you so much, and I will check you guys all later. Bye.